Hey everybody, happy Sunday. So, wow, I was having an interesting talk with a friend of mine, and we're getting just really deep about the whole, weight loss, why it's so hard for people, why some people struggle so much with it. Even when they find a way that can work for them, they still struggle with it. Like for example, she does the low carb thing too, and she does really well on it when she's on it, but she tends to fall off a lot. And we were just discussing why it works the way it does. And I said, here's my thinking about it. And this is what keeps me focused and what keeps me kind of jamming along doing what I'm doing. Okay, I think my body already had all these pounds and pounds and pounds of extra fuel that I was carrying around in all these little tanks all over my body, if you will, right? And it just made sense to me that since I had all these full tanks, I did not want to be adding more fuel to those tanks, right? So if I was only going to eat like a snack around 2:30, because it's not never anything to brag about, and an actual meal around 6:30, and those were going to be my two eating times that I had picked, right? I was not trying to cram a full day's worth of calories into 1 to 1 1/4 meals. Okay, sometimes I don't have the snack. Sometimes I just have the dinner. I wasn't trying to cram, 1,500 to 2,000 calories into this day. And plus, I don't even think I burned that since my stroke because I'm much more sedentary than I was. So let's say 1,200. I wasn't trying to do that because my thinking was if I only eat the meal that I'm trying to eat, which is it can be anywhere from 400 to 800 calories, depending on if you have avocado or anything like that, right? So whatever. So the rest of those calories were going to be taken from the tanks I have that were full, and I think that's how I've lost my big chunk of weight so fast. I mean, I'm heading towards 100 pounds soon, and that's crazy to me. It's totally crazy to me. And here's the part that's crazy to me. Usually by now I would be on my way bouncing back up because that's my history, and that's what everything that I've ever tried to do, that's where it has always led me. This time I'm not in that phase. I'm not in that mindset. I'm not in that. My body's not reacting like that. My body's reacting very well to the things that I'm doing. Um, Mostly I think because I am allowing it to use the fuel that it already has on its I have on my body. And here's the thing is I have discovered the hard way through 60 years. Okay, or I'm 60 and I've been on diet since I was 8. My dad put me on my first diet at 8. So 52 years of this, I've learned a few tricks, right? One of the tricks I've learned is to use the fuel in my body, but here's the thing, you have to be in fat burning mode. You cannot get into fat burning mode if you're constantly having things that are tempting your taste buds. If you guys are drinking like a diet drink, any kind of diet carbonated beverage that has flavor added to it all through the day, thinking, well, I'm still doing my intermittent fasting. I'm going to fast till dinner or fast till lunch or whatever you're fasting till. If you're filling it up with coffee with flavorings, drinks with flavorings, iced tea with, it doesn't matter if these are stevia, zero carb flavorings. I drink stevia products, but I only drink my flavored beverages in my eating window because my whole rest of the time that I'm in fasting, that I'm doing intermittent fasting, I only have water. Only water, nothing with flavor. I'm very serious about that, except for brushing my teeth. I do brush my teeth with stuff that it does have a slight favorite flavor, even though it's a natural product. But that's the only thing. But I try not to put any flavor in my mouth. Flavor sets off an insulin response. And when you set off an insulin response, your body's still trying to burn sugars and carbs. And even if it can't find those, it has to go searching for its, what it wants to burn for fuel and stuff. It's harder to get into fat burn mode where your body just stays burning fat the whole time unless you're in fat burn mode all the time. Okay, and the way you do that is through intermittent fasting, extended fasting, and not overeating when you do have a meal. There's people that are doing right now that are doing alternate day fasting. That's amazing. I love alternate day fasting. Me and my husband do it sometimes. We love it. But on the day that the day that we have our meal and everything, we do not try to cram 2,000 or 3,000 calories into that meal. We don't do that, guys. Don't do that. Let your body burn the fuel that's in your tanks. Got it? All right. Ciao.